Artificial intelligence isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's a force that is actively reshaping entire industries. And one of the biggest, most complex industries on the planet, travel, is right in the middle of a massive shift. So let's explore how this technology is literally redrawing the map of travel one data point at a time.
And we're not talking about some distant future either. The scale of this change is just staggering. We're looking at a market that's projected to be worth almost $14 billion by 2030. That kind of money doesn't just signal a little innovation, it means a complete, irreversible transformation in how we manage, sell, and experience travel.
Right, so what this really means is that the industry is at a crossroads. The old ways of doing things, they're being challenged by new tech, new expectations from travelers, and honestly, an urgent need for more sustainable practices. This isn't just about making things more convenient. It's about the long-term survival of tourism itself.
Okay, it's really easy to get lost in these huge, abstract numbers and ideas. So to make this all feel a bit more real, let's forget the entire globe for a second and just ask a simple question. How does this massive tech revolution change something as basic, as elemental, as a simple hiking trail? So, let's talk about the smart hiking trail. We're going to use this one example as our case study to really unpack all the different layers of this AI-driven revolution. We'll look at it from the traveler's point of view, from the perspective of the people managing the destination, and we'll even peek at the invisible data that makes it all work.
So, I want you to picture this. A trail is no longer just a path made of dirt and rocks. No way. It's a node in a massive network. It's connected to this global web of data that can completely change not only how we find and experience these amazing natural spaces, but maybe more importantly, how we manage and protect them for the future.
All right, let's kick things off from a perspective we can all relate to, right? The travelers. How does AI change the way you or I would plan and experience a hike on this new smart trail? Well, it all starts with something we can call an AI travel agent.
And look, we're not just talking about some simple chatbot here. An AI travel agent is a genuine problem solver. It's an autonomous system you can just talk to, in plain English, that can handle really complex stuff, from finding the perfect trail to booking your transport to get there, and even the cabin you'll stay in nearby.
This slide just lays out the difference perfectly. Think about it. A traditional search just dumps a library of links on you. It's on you to do all the work, the clicking, the reading, the comparing, connecting all the dots. Generative AI, though, it's a conversation. You ask a question and it pulls together information from countless sources to give you one direct, tailored answer.
So what does this actually look like for our hiker? Well, for starters, it means hyper-personalized recommendations based on their actual fitness level and what they like to see. It means getting real-time data on trail conditions, the weather, even how crowded the path is right now. It means seamlessly booking a bus ticket to the trailhead, and if the weather suddenly turns, making adjustments to your plan on the fly, all while getting that info in whatever language you speak.
Okay, so that's the traveler's experience. Super cool, but what about the people who actually manage the trail? Well, the very same technology that helps the visitor can also serve the destination. I want you to think of it as an AI park ranger.
The key piece of tech that makes this all possible is something called a digital twin, and it's a really fascinating concept. Imagine creating an exact virtual replica of our hiking trail inside a computer. But this isn't just some static map. It's a live model, constantly being updated with real-time data from sensors on the ground. You're basically creating a living, breathing digital copy of the physical space.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's a pretty brilliant process. First up, you have sensors, part of the Internet of Things, on the trail collecting all sorts of data. Foot traffic, weather, even how full the trash cans are. All that data feeds the virtual model. So now, managers can run simulations. What happens if we get a huge rush of visitors on Saturday? What if we close a section for repairs? And based on those simulations, the system can optimize visitor flow in real time, maybe by suggesting an alternate route to a hiker's phone to prevent erosion and overcrowding.
When you boil it all down, the goals for this AI park ranger are crystal clear. It's about tackling over-tourism by managing crowds intelligently. It's about enhancing sustainability by protecting the environment from being loved to death. And it's about improving governance by giving managers the data they need to make smart, proactive decisions instead of just reacting. But the vision here goes way beyond just damage control. The ultimate goal is to create a regenerative system, one that actually gives back more to the environment and the community than it takes. In this model, AI and data are the incredibly powerful tools that make it all possible, while the guiding philosophy is that of a circular economy, a framework for building a truly sustainable and resilient tourism industry. All right, time for the last piece of this puzzle. We've seen the AI companion for the traveler and the AI park ranger for the destination, but what's powering all of this? Let's take a look at the invisible infrastructure that's running behind the scenes. Here's the thing. None of this high-tech magic works in a vacuum. For our smart trail to actually function, data has to flow seamlessly between private companies and public authorities. The local bus company, the nearby hotels, the park authority, the tech platforms, they all need to be able to share data in a standardized way. This is the big idea behind initiatives like the European Data Space for Tourism. And the brain that pulls all this scattered information together, it's often something called a knowledge graph. And you can forget about simple spreadsheets. A knowledge graph is built to understand relationships. It knows that a trailhead is located at a specific coordinate, which is accessible via a certain bus route and is near 3 particular hotels. It's what creates this rich, interconnected web of information that allows the AI to make truly intelligent suggestions. Okay, so let's pull back from our hiking trail for a minute. We've seen the incredible potential, but like that quote said at the beginning, the industry really is at a crossroads. This new redrawn map presents us with some really profound new questions and challenges.
First up, we've got this tension between efficiency and, well, authenticity. If AI creates the perfectly optimized trip, do we lose the joy of just stumbling upon something amazing by accident? It's a real question that designers are grappling with. How do you build serendipity back into the algorithm?
Next, there's the big one, right? The unavoidable trade-off between personalization and privacy. To get those hyper-personalized trail recommendations, we have to share our data. This is probably going to lead to new models where we, the users, have more control over who sees our information and why they're using it.
And finally, maybe the most critical challenge of all, access versus preservation. AI can make it easier than ever to discover remote and beautiful places. But how do we stop ourselves from loving them to death? The very same tech that drives access, like the digital twin, might also be our best tool for managing it sustainably.
And all of this leads us to one final, really big question. The technology is here, and it's redrawing the map right before our eyes. It can guide us to new places, and it can help us protect them. But as AI increasingly becomes our guide, our planner, and our park ranger, we have to ask a fundamental question. Who ultimately gets to decide the destination?